Now, I'm no stranger to social media. In fact, one may say I'm a Zoomer. Yet one day, I was browsing Instagram, it was about a week ago or so, and I noticed everyone was posting the same shit on their story. Now, this got me for a surprise, because, usually I'm ahead of the curve and ahead of the trends. And when I see something, I'm like, okay, I know what this is about. Yet these were all saying, save Sudan, there's something going on in Sudan, hashtag stand for Sudan. Now, me being the history buff that I am, I went, yeah, I mean, it's been happening since like 2013, the South Sudanese crisis, conflict between a Christian and Muslim demographic divide that has left thousands dead. Of course I know what this is. Well, I was a little bit stunned because, nobody really has been talking about it until now. Well, I followed this trail of Save Sudan, hashtag Stand for Sudan, and all these blue pictures. And honestly, where it led me, I was a little bit sickened. It led me back to Instagram pages pledging to make donations to save lives if you did one simple thing. Make your profile picture blue and smash that follow button. Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the very first episode of Is That Profile Real? Today we're going to look at the Sudan Helping Project and determine whether or not it is indeed a real nonprofit. So let's start, shall we? First off, couple thoughts. Why isn't there a website? All good nonprofits have great websites linked to donation pages. Haven't been able to find one of those. Why would there be a website that links you to a donation page? Well, I don't know. How are nonprofits supposed to generate revenue, considering they're nonprofits? You're supposed to give them money. There isn't a website there. Let's go on. Number 2, why is there only one post? I mean, I figure if I'm a nonprofit, I want as many images as possible. Why something as bleak as a blue picture? What is that supposed to invoke?
It's the dead profile picture of a dead activist, and it's supposed to remember that individual and spark inspiration.
I understand. I really do. And I feel for it. There are going to be individuals that die in a struggle for democracy, and he should be remembered, and I'm glad that he is. However, if you want to show Westerners what life is like outside of Twitter and Facebook, you have to start sharing more alarming pictures. Perfect example, Syria. Remember how literally no one cared about the thousands of families that were dying until an image of a deceased young boy was shared? I mean, a presidential candidate said, quote unquote, "What's Aleppo?" Yeah, that's how our culture works. We get stunned that our way of life isn't constant around the world until we see a picture like that. But then we forget about it when the next episode of The Bachelor airs. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's come to my conclusion that this is indeed a fake page. It's not hard to spot. I think in the back of the heads, we all understand that, yet there's something going off saying, maybe it is real. I think we need to start being more cynical about this stuff. If you don't think it's real, don't repost it. Look into it yourself. Stop reposting what others are reposting just because you think it's going to make you feel good. Start doing some research, or else shit like this is going to keep flying. Oh wait, I did the research for us. Yay! So what exactly is going on in Sudan? Well, Omar al-Bashir is the main character behind it all, and after a sketchy election, he called a year-long state of emergency back in February to grant him special powers in an attempt to stop protests and calls of illegitimate elections. In April, a military coup. Al-Bashir is out, people cheer. But then they realize who's in charge now. A military junta. Things get worse, curfews enforced, martial law. May, military brings charges against al-Bashir for killing protesters. Not entirely how accurate the charges are, but it makes sense. Protests against al-Bashir have been going on for over a year now. June, protests against the military junta go hot and troops start killing protesters. The Central Committee of Sudan doctors claim that over 100 have died. June 4th, calls for national election from the military junta. It appears that democracy is going to prevail, yet do you trust the people who are behind the crisis in Darfur? And last week, the ICC has proposed charges against al-Bashir. Why? The horrors committed in Darfur, of which is a Christian majority, southern half of the majority Muslim Sudan. There you have it, folks. That's a nice little recap of what's been happening the past couple of months and what's brought us up to this point where people are posting blue profile pictures. But this situation should remind you of something. It should be Venezuela. After claims by Guaido that he's the true president of Venezuela after corrupt elections pulled by Maduro, protests erupt. The West backs Guaido, Russia backs Maduro. And just wondering why have we forgotten that the world's most inflated economy, of which is in our own backyard, is still facing its democratic dilemma. Or how about another instance something like this is going on? In Hong Kong, 1.3 million people were in the streets demonstrating against a bill that would allow China to extradite individuals they deem criminal, essentially eliminating the one country, two government system that has coexisted for 20 years. Or another pressing issue in the global community, Yemen, facing the largest famine the world has seen in a single country in living memory. Over 85,000 children have died so far, and 70% of the population is food insecure, according to the United Nations. Why is this happening? Civil war. Houthi extremists are clashing against the government in control of the country. And excuse me if I mispronounce the name. I haven't been able to pronounce that in my entire life. So why Sudan? Why a blue picture? Because we decided it was the easiest thing we could do. A non-provocative blue image. We can make that our profile picture. Sure, no one will care. In fact, we'll feel so good about it that we're thinking we're making an actual difference. We won't have to donate money. We won't have to send supplies. Just change our profile picture blue. What happened? Fake pages generating followers and claiming to be non-profits. Profiting off of tragedies. It's disgusting. So I asked this question. Did we get Coney, guys? Is he dead? Is Uganda saved? Oh wait, sorry. This isn't Coney 2012. This is 2019, and this is Sudan, where a whole population is facing insecurity and instability. Social media activism is great for raising awareness, sure. I'm not arguing against that. And I'm willing to bet that a majority of the people who have a blue profile picture were completely unaware of the Sudanese conflict just a month ago. But it can't stop at just awareness. Awareness is one half of the battle. Action is the other. Just because we know smoking gives us cancer doesn't mean we won't get it if we keep smoking. So here's my challenge. Put down the blue, pick up the green. Donate to real nonprofits that are doing work. Donate to Yemen, donate to Venezuela, donate to Sudan. I provided links of nonprofits I've personally donated to below. Go on the forums online. Give them messages of support. If some of these countries still have access to the internet, you bet they are rallying on hubs, forums, and message boards, trying to give each other advice and trying to give each other support. It would mean the world to them, as I know in personal experience, I've done it before. If you give them a little instance of support that somebody in America actually knows what's going on, it bolsters their cause. So even if you just say that you're from a small town in Idaho, USA, they will feel that their cause is just and granted, which it is. So put down this Coney 2012 bullshit. We're better than that. Let's change the world. Now again, I just want to reiterate that at the end of the day, this whole campaign was about awareness, and it did its job extremely well. We're talking about it. There's tons of pages with blue profile pictures, and it worked extremely well. So I'm not trying to make fun of anybody, or I'm not trying to downplay the incident in Sudan. I just think that there's another step that we need to take. That's why I bring up Coney 2012, is that everybody talked about it, everybody thought it was crazy, but then it just disappeared. And that's what's wrong. Not bringing awareness, but not holding on to that awareness and not actually doing something about it. And that's a personal opinion. And you can disagree with that, sure. That's totally fine. That's totally your opinion, but this is totally my opinion. So again, I'm not trying to make fun of anyone. I'm not trying to downplay the incident. I'm not trying to say that, this is all stupid. I'm just saying that it's an extremely successful campaign, yet it needs to go one step further. And we need to start actually giving them more support and more money as compared to just awareness. Because posting something on, an Instagram story, by which I'm personally subject to, and just about awareness is totally fine. Because then people are talking about it, such as Hong Kong. I made a personal post on Instagram about how we should be talking about Hong Kong. And, somebody could use that against me in this video right here. But ultimately, you do whatever you think is best for, the cause that you really care about. And that's completely up to you, and that's your decision. However, this is my opinion. This is the whole point of this channel. And that's how I see it. If you agree, disagree, let me know. Comment below, give you new ideas for a new video, whatever. But thank you so much. Continue to fight the good fight. Donate, spread awareness. Do whatever you think is going to, help you out the most and help your cause out the most. because at the end of the day, that's really only thing we have left. Have a great day.